Few places are richer in tradition, more steep in nostalgia than this old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And the scarlet and gray have this place rocking already. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 17th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Wolverines will put total leather to crank us up. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. Leaves it with the running back. Not much doing there.
The running back.
26, a gain of 1. Last time these two met, Ohio State didn't just fight that team across the field. They pretty much knocked them out, stomping Michigan.
Yeah, it was a heavyweight knockout, too. They were throwing haymakers right from the opening bell. We know that Ohio State recruits at such a high caliber, and they're consistently pumping guys into the NFL. First-round talent as well. Last year's game, all of their best players, they showed up there.
And Michigan had no answer, and now does Michigan have an answer this year? Because it's another talented Buckeye team. Every year you're going to play the Buckeyes, they're going to be talented. Michigan has to make the game physical. Michigan has to play their brand of football if they want to change the outcome.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
It's a reverse. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
I know that wasn't a long game, but I'll tell you what, when I'm a defense, there's so much motion that goes into it. And now I know you're going to hand the ball to the wide receiver and things you can do off of it. But you see, he chews up yardage really quickly. Gets an easy game. That was an effortless game. And a lot of times running backs, it's a lot harder to manufacture that kind of offense. And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Discards a man. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back.
Unleashes one deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Dropping back, it's Thorne. Makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Takes it from the gun on third down. Got it! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
They'll try it on the ground. Into the end.
Hey, man, if we're going to show up here and play this game, we're not kicking field goals early. We didn't come here to just lay up. They drive the field. They get it down fourth and goal. Field goal would have been easy. Head coach decides to go for it. The offense pays off the decision with a touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire now on second down. He's looking to throw. Using his feet to buy time. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
It's reverse. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the RPO, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Back to throw, it's Thorne. They're working that left side. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. And the Buckeyes are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Maryland just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there in College Park. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, looking to take a shot. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year. And this game really does determine the national...
And the ball is picked off. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Going up top on first down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Fast, physical, and disruptive. Michigan has a rich and storied history of guys up front who can make life miserable for a quarterback.
Just dudes. I mean, guys that win matchups. Guys that, you know, if it's going to be a pass rush on the outside, one-on-one on a tackle, they can go get him at the defensive end spot. And we can mention names. And Hutchinson recently, one of the higher picks in the NFL draft, but always guys that play the same way.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on fourth down. Finds him out of the backfield. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Gore. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end.
Ohio State 21, Michigan 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Jet sweep to the receiver. At the 20, he's got space. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And you gotta love it. Get the ball to your playmakers any way you can. Use their speed to your advantage. Nice job handing him the football, getting his speed to the outside to have a successful play.
The run to the right. Jukes his way for more.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Quarterback strolling away from Heat. He's going to fire to the left. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. At midfield, he's got room. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
He'll pull it down. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He's got his man. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 28-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Trying to beat them to the edge with the jet sweep. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Gore. Buying some time as he moves left. And he pulls it in at the 15. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Wolverines.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the... Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it on the left. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Offense in an empty set. They'll start this drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Scanning the field, it's Gore. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. On the move to his left. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And when it's 3rd and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
At the 35, he's loose. And after the huge scramble, he slides and gets down. Terrific run to get out of trouble. That last play has this defense on its heels. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 21. He's going to pass. Moving out of the pocket. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
42, Michigan, 7.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Looking to the big tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Thorne. They're trying to get to him. He'll pull it down and run. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. He wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. Got room at the 35. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck, trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
And he has vexed his defense with the scrambles. Another 1st down and yet another big gain.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass. And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down and just, bam, shoot through a hole, shoot up yards so fast, outrun fast guys. It's just really hard to stop in today's football.
Complete on the shuffle. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sicking them since the opening kickoff. They're up 14 over Georgia Tech. For now, it's back to you, fellas. But, of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, that one gets tipped and falls incomplete. That's been the best news on the day for this QB, man. As a former quarterback that's done this before, I can tell you, when you throw 4 picks in a game like...
He's going up top. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Makes his connection to the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. He's looking to throw it. Going for the big play. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Still looking, on the move. He's going to take off. Still running at the 40. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Finds a crease at the 20. And this is why a mobile quarterback is the defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
He wants it all. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Barring a penalty, this will be the final play of the first half on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He'll let one go down the right side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half.
Set to advance on the football.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
On third down, he drops to throw. He lets it fly. And he's thrown another interception. Bringing it back. And after making the interception, a terrific return to put his offense in great field position at the 42. Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. Trying to find his man on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He'll try to do it himself. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
A loss of 7 yards on the play.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. Looking for a man, it's Thorne. Fires to the right. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Might be looking to run. He's got it. Touchdown, Ohio State. try the point after. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Lets it fly. It's caught. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Got him downfield. At the 20, he's got space. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Buys a little time. Gets rid of it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw was underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions. Trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go.
And it's caught! Touchdown, Michigan!
And, man, that was a nice job by the tight end, finding the soft spot in the defense in the end zone on that TD.
And the extra point is good. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score.
Michigan, 14.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get.
He'll take a deep shot here. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Burns. Moves away as he feels pressure. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Takes the handoff. It's Diaz. Shakes off the defender. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down because the RPO game's been a problem.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
On the run, still looking. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. He's got the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Third down coming up.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 20. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Lets it fly. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And the try is no good. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll give it on the counter. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Gore. Scrambling away. He'll throw one to his right. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. He's going to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
If you don't have good vision, you're not going to be a middle-of-the-field safety. You got a lot of ground to cover from hash to hash. You better be able to see the quarterback. You better be able to see routes and break on the football. Nice job seeing the formation, seeing the route, breaking on it.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
That's his 2nd sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double-team him. Let somebody else beat me, not that guy.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
A loss of 8 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. He's looking downfield to throw. He wants to go deep. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 75 yards to house it. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. He's looking on the right side. And that pass intercepted. Taking it the other way. A huge pickup on this play. They finally get him out of bounds, and that is some kind of way to wrap up the 3rd quarter.
Ohio State 63, Michigan 14.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They run the reverse.
Well, this is a receiver that needs to touch the ball in a variety of ways. They're going to throw it to him, but they're also going to get him involved on jet sweeps.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. Quarterback checking off. To the air, it's Burns. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the stomping has commenced. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Now Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your...
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Kansas is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you never know. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Temple. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the up. Trying to get behind the defense. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
Get up. Get up. Yep, I think that's what everybody says to their quarterbacks after they take big hits like that. He got the first down, but you don't want to make a living taking those whacks.
He finds his man. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29. All wideouts, no backs. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw, it's Burns. Finds his target down the middle. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's got his man, makes the grab. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Moves around to clear up the vision. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the punishment has been extended. They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play.
He'll take the deep shot. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Line gets set, 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Got his man on the right. Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll throw it on 1st down. It's complete to the left. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. At the 35, he's got room. And he has vexed this defense with scramble after scramble, has another first down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
He caught it. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And the pummeling has started. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you know you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. They'll leave it with the lone back. Tried to get him a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that repulsion. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything they're...
Throws toward the end zone. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind.
He's got it on the right. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
I love that play call, and quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Gore. Feeling some heat. They get to him as he throws. And that pass picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Ohio State. And this defense coming out with points of their own. What an interception return. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. They learn a lot on it.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence.
And that pass is intercepted. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. A first down for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Trying to pick up a first down. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
And this is why defensive coordinators lose sleep at night, because guys like this have the football in their hand almost every single play. Third down, nothing open.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they...
Time to take a shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. He'll get rid of it. Throw toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights